The Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill era in Tennessee is nearing its end after 5 great seasons. Both Tannehill and Henry are on the last years of both their deals. And while Tannehill will almost certainly be gone, with rookie Will Levis earning the starting spot in 2024, Henry is still up in the air. Henry could be back next season, but does it really make sense for the Titans to do that? Bringing back a 30-year-old running back with over 2,100 career touches to a team that will have a sophomore quarterback in a division that looks to be on the rise with young stars like CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, and Anthony Richardson, the timeline just doesn't fit. Now, filling the Yeti-sized shoes that Henry leaves behind is no small task, and there will never be a player to step in and do what Henry did, because let's be honest, Henry is an anomaly. But if you're looking for a young talent that has all the skills that Henry never possessed or developed in his long career, quickness, great pass catching ability, open field elusiveness, then I don't think you have to look far, because Tennessee has him on the roster. So I mentioned earlier, Derrick Henry had some skills that he never could possess, he could never develop. And one of those was just overwhelming quickness. And you'll see here, he gets the pitch and he's just too big. And this isn't a fault, this isn't me saying he sucks. He's just, frankly, 240, 250 pounds. He's a big guy. It's hard to stop really quickly when you're that size. Tyjae Spears, on the other hand, has that ability to stick his foot in the ground and cut. This play here really shows how quick Tyjae Spears is. He gets the handoff off to the right side, off tackle, and he has to make a cut. And he makes a one-footed, accelerated cut, hard cut right there. And 23 is the one on the edge who has to secure the edge so Tyjae Spears doesn't bounce it outside. And I'm going to say 23 gets a hand on him, but he's not the one who makes this tackle. The Colts are lucky that he ran into a pile, because if not, I think he would have broke this for a big gain. And this is one of my favorite skill sets from a running back. It's an ability to jump cut or plant his feet and cut without losing any momentum. Here you're going to see Tyjae Spears. The millisecond that hole opens on this stretch to the left, he sees it, plants both his feet, and he takes off without losing any momentum whatsoever. I'm not saying Derrick Henry can never make this cut, but you know, and I just showed you a really great clip demonstrating what happens when Derrick Henry has to really get going again. It doesn't always work. Tyjae Spears doesn't have to make the cut and then accelerate back up. He never loses his speed or acceleration from the initial cut. And I really think that this play encapsulates exactly what I'm talking about when I say Tyjae Spears doesn't lose momentum when he cuts. Here he gets the screen up top and he's just making defenders completely whiff. Here I'm going to use the word glides. He just glides around the field. You're going to see he makes 3-4 cutbacks towards the middle of the field, and the defenders aren't even close. Here, Tyjae Spears, there he is. One cut here. There's one. Cuts it back again. 2. Cuts it back a third time. 3. Makes that defender miss behind. And if his team blocked, that's an easy touchdown. Tyjae Spears has this ability to just get the ball, burst with acceleration and quickness, and when he gets there, you never know what he's going to do in the open field. And I have 1,000 more examples of him just making defenders miss in open space. Here's a few examples of Tyjae Spears making nice jump cuts behind the line of scrimmage and then bouncing the ball outside the numbers for big gains. Here, this is a preseason game, so hey, I get it, why are you showing me preseason? But I've seen this more than once on his film, and here you see it. He thinks nothing's open, which, maybe there was a hole right up the middle, but he takes the ball, he jump cuts, breaks an arm tackle, and gets a nice gain outside. And here's another example. So here, against the Colts, Tyjae Spears is going to get the handoff up the middle and see nothing's open. But he does a nice jump cut, bounces it to the outside. That defender that's right on his backside just can't seem to get his feet. And Tyjae Spears has enough speed to get the outside edge and get a nice, 18 to 20 yard gain on the outside perimeter. Really great play. And here's just another example against the Saints. Tyjae Spears sees the holes plugged up in the middle. He bounces it outside and he's able to get the edge, break an arm tackle, and get a first down. And the one thing that I don't want to just forget about altogether is his power. He does have some. Sure, it's not Derrick Henry level, but he can break arm tackles with the best of them. He's 200 pounds, so he's not the smallest guy in the league. Sure, I don't know if he is a every down, smash it up the middle running back like Derrick Henry was, but Tyjae Spears is not a weakling. he can break some tackles. If nothing else, the one thing that Tyjae Spears can bring to Tennessee that Derrick Henry never, ever, ever had was pass catching ability. Tyjae Spears is like a legitimate route running running back receiver. He's not one of these guys that just comes out of the backfield, catches the 3-yard dump down and then falls down. He's not that. He does that from time to time, of course, so does everyone else, but he runs real routes. And the play I'm showing you right now, that's him coming out of the backfield on an option route and sizing up a linebacker, getting outside leverage, and catching the ball and making a first down. That's a real route. Like I said for the last clip, Tyjae Spears isn't just running little dump offs and screen passes. He's running legit routes. I mean, here, he gets into the secondary, shakes a defender, beats him deep, and catches a ball over the shoulder like a receiver. That's a legit play. I don't know if there's a receiver on the Denver Broncos that can make this catch right now. The fact that Tyjae Spears, a running back, can make it over the shoulder, 40-yard bomb catch, to me, that's crazy talent. What other running backs in the league can make that catch? There's not many. And here's another reception that just shows the differences between Tyjae Spears and Derrick Henry's game. Derrick Henry would never ever make this play happen. Sure, he might have caught the ball, but with two defenders approaching Spears, Spears is able to stick his foot in the ground, like I always say, and just accelerate out. Henry doesn't have that ability. So Spears being able to kind of accelerate from zero is great. And here is the play that I was kind of talking about where, sure, sometimes you have to dump it off to Tyjae Spears. Ryan Tannehill's under pressure, you get it out to him, but you get it out to your playmaker. And what does he do? He freezes that defender right in front of him, and the guy whiffs. I mean, truthfully, he wasn't even close. 23, didn't even stand a chance there. Tyjae Spears is a legitimate open field problem for defenders. Get him in space and let him cook. That's the recipe for success coming 2024 for the Tennessee Titans. The point of this video is to show what a world without Derrick Henry can look like for the Tennessee Titans. Tyjae Spears is a really talented player who has shown flashes this season. I don't know if Tyjae Spears has the body type to be an every down player like Derrick Henry has been, but I see no reason why he can't be the one for Tennessee next year. And partnering him up with a power back replacement like Deonta Foreman, Latavius Murray, that type of back to take a lot of the punishment between the tackles, and let Tyjae Spears be the pass-catching, outside zone running back with the occasional up-the-middle stuff, but really let Tyjae Spears excel where he's best, on the outside, in open space, and catching the ball out of the backfield. I think the Tennessee Titans have found their next starting running back if Derrick Henry decides to bounce out of Tennessee next year. And with Tyjae Spears leading the charge, I'm pretty excited.